What's up, everybody? How's it going? Hey, Karen, thank you for the digit. You. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Dean. Gotta look down for 1 second and the boys show up. Dean, Levi, and Michael. What's up, guys? Hello, hello. Levi, thanks for dropping the digit and hosting. I'm so glad to see that I am on Twitch. Twitch is giving me a bad API response. XRP hit above $1. Yeah, XRP is blowing up at 18%. OGN is at 43%, though. And good morning, Nate, and all Chinese. All right, Nick. Hey, buddy. Jinmin, hello. Yeah, we're ready to smoke. Right off the bat, look at this. Everybody's ready to go. Karen got y'all first, though. Karen, cheers. So if you guys are familiar with Georgia's new voting law that was inspired by Donald Trump, press number 1 in the chat. If you are aware that Georgia passed a crazy-ass voting law, it's all over the news. One of the stipulations of the law is you're not allowed to bring food or water to anyone standing in line waiting to vote. Like, if I'm standing in a line to vote, somebody coming up to me and giving me food or water is going to change my opinion about why I'm standing in that line in the first place. It's the dumbest thing. They really don't give Americans any credit for having a spine, do they? If you really think that a person can be bribed for their vote over a glass of water. Ray, Brandon, Bo? Huh, looks like you're the one that needs to give it up, bro. Looks like my 25 subscribers that are here right now disagree with you. So, got any other shit you want to talk? Or no? No? Oh, are you mad that I said something about Tim Pool? Oh. Oh, did I hurt your feelings? A little Tim Pool supporter got his feelings hurt. Oh, you guys are such little cream puffs. I love it. So funny. Is that what that is? I bet it is. Okay, we can get rid of this. And we can get rid of that for now. I'll bring it back if I want it. But we are going to bring this in. Holy shit. What happened with Tim Tool? He just put up a post. He's a fucking racist piece of shit that he is. He's always... Anybody that supports Donald Trump... If you support Donald Trump, you're a racist. Because he's a racist. So you're a fucking racist. Okay, so we already know he's a fucking racist. Well, now we know he hates black people, too. So let me show you. I didn't get far into the video because there's no need. He talks so much... spews so much filth out of his fucking mouth trap. It only takes a few seconds of that fucking garbage spew before you realize what he's saying, you know? He's such a douche. I mean, I'd like to go into the octagon with Tim Pool, man. I'm sure we're not in the same weight class. I'll tie a hand behind my back, all right? I'll tie one hand behind my back, and I'm left-handed. I'll tie my left hand behind my back, and I'll fucking fight him in the octagon with just my right arm. All right? Will that make it fair? Is that cool, everybody? That's a fair fight, right? If I'm a bigger guy than him, which I'm sure I am, because he just strikes me as Oh, he just strikes me as a little man. You know, he just strikes me as that type of a person. He's a little man in stature. Let's go with my history here. Oh, a toll-free call is calling me. What do you know? Think I'll ignore it. About Matt Gaetz, he's gonna be going to prison. Mr. fucking Donald Trump ass licker himself. Fucking love it. Couldn't be happier. I love watching the walls crumble around all of these people. I love it. So this one is called Democrats Just Nuked Themselves. What? That's the name of this, the title of this video. Democrats just nuked themselves over Georgia law. Okay, how did the Democrats nuke themselves over the Georgia law? This should be interesting. Tell us, Tim. Please, we can't wait to find out.
It's a blue.
Had to turn my sound on. Sorry, guys. Apologies.
Georgia recently passed a voter reform bill. I'm sure many of you have heard about this. It takes many of the temporary provisions from the pandemic, like early voting and mail-in voting, and it makes them permanent, though it does kind of pull back on them a little bit. Early voting time is reduced. Vote by mail, you'll need your ID. It does seem to be, for the most part, a compromise between Democrats and Republicans. Now, if you listen to only mainstream or Democrat news sources, they'll tell you that it's voter restrictions, Republicans are trying to cheat, and that you can't give people water if they're waiting in line. Okay, these things are opinion. Some of them are kind of extreme. You can't, my understanding, you can give people water and food, you just can't campaign while doing it. Well, because of these restrictions, many major corporations announced that they are furious with Georgia. In fact, some are even saying they plan on leaving.
You know what, Ronnie? You make some really good points. I'm glad you're here. You make some really good points. Well, there's a lot of shit talkers in here today. Isn't that kind of weird? Huh. Keep talking shit. I don't care. I need the views. Need the comments too. Thanks, guys. Ronnie Vela says QAnon should be on Matt Gaetz for being on Matt Gaetz' ass for being a pedophile. Yeah, right? Oh, QAnon, the champions of pedophilia, they're silent while Matt Gaetz is being accused of it with evidence being presented and witnesses coming forward. Crazy, right? Where the fuck's QAnon? Oh, that's right. QAnon's not going to say anything because Matt Gaetz is a big Donald Trump supporter and QAnon loves Donald Trump. See how that works, guys? Isn't that hypocritical and weird and funny and silly?
Major League Baseball, for instance. Now, this may be a get woke, go broke type situation, but it's a really weird one because the people going broke are the black residents of Cobb County, a blue.
Wow, listen how concerned Tim Pool is about black voters all of a sudden. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? You know why? Because the Georgia law blanketly suppresses the black vote. He could sit here and try to straw man, and he could try to weigh it and try to give you the pros and cons. But the facts of the matter are the Major League Baseball pulled out of Georgia because this law discriminates against the black voters of Georgia, and those are just facts. But let Tim try to defend this. It's fucking hilarious because he's smarter than all those people that run the MLB.
It's a blue county in Georgia that is going to be losing, I think, like nearly $100 million. We'll go through the numbers. With Major League Baseball pulling out of this All-Star game, a lot of tourism dollars and a lot of money that would go to marginalized communities is being pulled out. But here's the best part.
It goes to marginalized... Really? That money goes to marginalized communities? Huh. I really thought that when there's a big game or sporting event in a city, the real people that are really making the money are the corporations that are selling people shit at that fucking event. How the hell is the money going to how, what? What? How, what?
of this All-Star game, a lot of tourism dollars and a lot of money that would go to marginalized communities is being pulled out.
How is money going to marginalized communities? Isn't that weird? Isn't that funny? Huh. Isn't that weird that he says that? That's called straw manning. It's not true. Marginalized communities don't make a lot of money because there's a sporting event. You know, some dude that owns a parking lot next to the goddamn thing, oh, that guy's going to make a fucking killing. That money doesn't go to the fucking community. That guy's going to go get some hookers and some crack.
But here's the best part. They're moving to Colorado. Which
So,
has
wait, you know
almost
what?
The exact same
Hey,
laws
you know what?
of-
The crack dealers and the hookers of the marginalized community, I guess they're getting some trickle down there. No pun intended.
Ready. So I wonder, is this actually a get woke situation? Or is Major League Baseball using this as a pretext to break contracts and move to a more favorable location that they think might make them more money?
Wow.
Think about this before we read into this.
Wow.
A lot of businesses have
Look,
morality
and look at his
clauses.
face while he does this.
So when you're doing a contract,
While he tries
with-
to
let's say
fucking
you're hiring
lie
somebody,
to his
you want a
audience.
personality,
That
you want an
expression
actor,
on his
and you
face.
say, I would like to have you act on my show. Well, most contracts have a morality clause saying that if you violate, public decency or offend people, we can terminate the contract. So what do? I'm not saying this is true of Major League Baseball in Georgia, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a long-term contract.
Tim just needs to have a lesson in humility, because the man has absolutely none whatsoever. He has no shame, and he has absolutely no concept of other people. He doesn't give a fuck about other people, and especially people that are different from him. But he will sit here and act like the champ. It is the most insidious. It is so infuriating that he sits here and pretends that he's a champion for the black people. Tim Pool worked for Vice for years until they went too far left.
That Major League Baseball had with Georgia for these stadiums, they would need to. And then it had some kind of morality clause that if something was done by the Georgia government that was offensive and could harm the business, they could pull out. Oh heavens! Oh, the voting laws! Oh, we're so angry and offended. Now we have to move to a majority white area. I wonder what their real motivations are. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what they're thinking because I can't read their minds, but here's what they said, and here's what's happening.
Their motivations are, we're punishing the leadership of that state, and we're sending a message to their constituents to vote them out of office. That's what they're doing, if you don't understand. But sit here and try to defend this law like it's the gold standard, Tim. It's psychotic. Tim is literally arguing from the point that the Georgia law is the gold standard of laws, that it is there to help the black community. And it is the exact opposite. He is such a cunt. Tim Pool's a cunt. And if you think that Tim Pool makes sense, if you're a fan of Tim Pool, you're a cunt too. Your children are cunts, and your parents are fucking dumb cunts too. You probably fuck children. Oh, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're a fucking Trump supporter.
Release from April 2nd. Major League Baseball statement regarding the 2021 All-Star Game. Commissioner of Baseball Robert D. Manfred Jr. issued the following statement today regarding the 2021 All-Star Game. Over the last week, we've engaged in...
Yeah, I come up with some good ones every once in a while, Dan. Thank you for noticing. I wish more people would notice my humor and share this video around and get more people here. I wish.
Thoughtful conversation with clubs, former and current players, the Players Association, Players Alliance, among others, to listen to their views. I've decided the best way to demonstrate our values as a sport is by relocating this year's All-Star Game and MLB Draft. Major League Baseball fundamental...
Okay, so let me just do this. Okay, so MLB pulled out. He's spending a whole fucking segment on it? Like reading the statement? Like, he's so butthurt. He's such a sports fan, this fucking cunt. He's such a fucking sports fan that he's butthurt. He's a little cream puff, and he's butthurt that his little baseball's not playing in Atlanta. He's all fucking butthurt over it, and he's spending his whole goddamn segment on a fucking statement explaining why they're doing it. And he's going to call out the MLB for standing up to that fucking piece of shit governor of Georgia? You know, the law was inspired by the election of 2020. The guy in Georgia believes that the election was a fraud. This Georgia law, if you guys don't know, I feel like an idiot for saying this to my audience. This Georgia law was literally written to bolster Donald Trump's claim that the election was stolen. That's what the law is in Georgia. It's exactly what it is.
Fundamentally supports voting rights for all Americans and opposes restrictions to the ballot box.
Good. And look at the way he's reading that statement like he's so, he's so cavalier in the way he reads it. It's so fucking hilarious. He's such a butthurt prick.
2020, MLB became the first professional sports league to join the Nonpartisan Civic Alliance to help build a future in which everyone participates in shaping the United States. We proudly used our platform to encourage baseball fans and communities throughout our country to perform their civic duty and actively participate in the voting process.
Hey, can I get you guys to please share this and drop some digits in my live stream? I would really appreciate that. All of you. Please, every single person, drop a digit in here because you shared this somewhere on social media. Or, man, at least go into the share on YouTube and click copy the link. If you're not going to paste it anywhere for me, at least do that several times, please.
Fair access to voting continues to have our game's unwavering support. We will continue with our plans to celebrate the memory of Hank Aaron.
All right, Levi, cheers, bro. Thank you for hosting this
planned investments to support communities
on Twitch.
As part of our
All-Star
project will move forward, we are finalizing a new host city, and details about the events will be announced shortly. In response, Georgia's Governor Kemp and State House Speaker Ralston responded to MLB's decision to withdraw the All-Star game from Atlanta after passage of the new elections law, saying, "Today, Major League Baseball caved to fear, political opportunism, and liberal lies," said Governor Kemp. "Georgians and all Americans should fully understand what the MLB's knee-jerk decision means. Cancel culture and woke political activists are coming for every aspect of your life, sports included.
Oh my God.
If the left doesn't agree with you, facts and the truth do not matter."
Oh my
I will
God.
stop and say this.
He is so butthurt.
I read CNN.
He is so offended and he is so butthurt by the left. It is hilarious how right-wing he is. He claims he's an independent. He claims he's an independent progressive. Look how butthurt he is against the left. Isn't that kind of weird? And doesn't he misrepresent himself to his viewers? Isn't that funny? You know, I guess if you have to make money being a right-winger, this is what you do on YouTube.
Taking down what the Georgia vote reform bill did.
You don't ever admit that you're a fucking right-winger.
The compromise. Oh, they get voter ID, but they've also extended early voting and mail-in voting. You see what?
I'm gonna tweet at Tim right now, and you know what? You guys should all retweet this tweet when I put it up because I know it's gonna be great and it's gonna be totally ignored. But I'm gonna tweet it right at Timcast, okay? All right, this is it. Timcast. You really should just admit to your audience that you are a full-on right-winger. But we all know you don't have the courage to own up to it. Independent. I always spell that word wrong. You know, he's a He's such a fucking phony bitch. Tim Cass, you really should just admit to your audience that you are a full-on right-winger. But we all know you don't have the courage to own up to it. Keep calling yourself a progressive independent if that's what gets you that sweet-ass YouTube cash, phony. Fucking spineless fucking phony cuck bitch. I called kids cunts. I always call kids cunts. That's part of my job. You got kids, Preston? They're cunts too. You got parents? They're cunts too. You butthurt, bro? Don't you get butthurt? Aw. You're the one that's mentioning that. I think you're the one that's butthurt.
What they did was a big
I'm just doing a show, bro.
Pandemic hits.
Calm down.
And they say, we need all of these things. And everybody agrees. Well, we're in a pandemic, so let's do extended early voting. Let's do mail-in voting. And we did, among other things. And then we decided that once the pandemic is over, okay, well, now these things go away, right? No. Georgia said
Levi, cheers, bro.
some of them, which is a huge gain for Democrats in terms of what they wanted for voting. And it acts as though the pandemic it's not a factor. No. These things were temporary. We all agreed to change the rules temporarily. Now, Georgia's agreeing to keep some of these in a limited fashion, which is a gain for Democrats. They're acting like they're being slighted. You see what they did? Big ask. Hey, you give me $1 million for that car. Whoa, $1 million is too much. Okay, fine. How about $500,000? Now that sounds more reasonable. Give me half off. The big ask is when you ask for something that is way more than you actually want. So when you walk it back, it sounds reasonable. The Democrats got that. They're going to say,
he spends a lot of time explaining shit that he doesn't have to explain.
This attack on our state is a direct result of repeated lies from Joe Biden and Stacey Abrams about a bill that expands access to the ballot box and ensures the integrity of our elections. I'm sorry, I got to say, I agree with that statement. Giving more early voting and mail-in voting options, that's more...
That's because that's my job, Preston. Get over it. You're butthurt. You're the butthurt one. You're on my podcast, blah, 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 crying like a little bitch. This is what I do every day. This is my job. You don't get it yet. You're kind of funny. I've been doing this for 10 years, bitch.
Than we had before the pandemic. It does expand. It doesn't give the Democrats everything they want, though, so they're acting like they're being slighted. He says, I will not back down. Georgians will not be bullied. We will continue to stand up for secure, accessible, fair elections. Earlier today, I spoke with the leadership of the Atlanta Braves, who informed me they do not support the MLB's decision. Stacey Abrams' leftist lies have stolen the All-Star game from Georgia, said Speaker David Ralston. This decision is not only economically harmful, it also robs Georgians of a special celebration of our national pastime free of politics.
Listen to him.
But Georgia will not be bullied by socialists and their sympathizers.
Fucking
We'll
crying
continue to
right
stand
now.
for accessible, secure elections.
I
that are free and
drink
fair.
his salty,
We'll
salty
continue to speak
tears.
truth despite extortion,
And they taste like sweet, sweet
and
apricot
intimidation.
nectar.
All right. Well, first, before we get into get woke, go broke kind of stuff, let's talk about what they're actually doing and why what they're saying makes no sense. From the Daily Caller, MLB All-Star Game reportedly moved to Colorado, a state with voter ID laws similar to Georgia. The Daily Caller reports, Major League Baseball is reportedly moving the All-Star Game to Colorado, a state that has similar voting ID laws to Georgia. ESPN reported that the MLB moved the All-Star Game to Coors Field in Denver, Colorado, after Major League Baseball...
Dude, you're a dumbass. My very first upload was me addressing the United States government. You fucking idiot. I've always been political, you stupid cunt. Preston. You fucking idiot. Preston. God.
Georgia over a series of new voting laws. But Colorado's election laws aren't all that different from Georgia's. One main point of contention,
go check it out. Message to the United States federal government.
Voters will be deprived of water, food, and other items while standing in line.
I've never been political, and I just started a few years ago. Okay, dumbass.
The law, however, explicitly states that voters will have access to water.
It's like a 12-year-old video.
By having self-service water stations available. Basically, what Georgia wants to do is stop people from showing up, giving out water, and saying, vote for my person. Vote for this person, vote for that person. Self-service stations will be available. And I'm sure if you're waiting in line, you're like, hey, I'm going to go grab a water. They're like, all right, I got you. And you're fine.
I wonder if I can find that video.
You're out of line. You lose your spot. You grab your water. It's fine. They say under Colorado law, campaign workers are allowed outside of polling places to offer water, snacks, and other items to voters who are waiting to vote. Campaign workers, however, are not allowed to offer the aforementioned items if they wear apparel or bear any of the candidate's image, political party, or ballot measures within 100 feet. Like Georgia's new set of election laws, Colorado also requires voters present identification for both in-person and absentee voting, the same as Georgia. All voters who vote at the polls must provide ID, Colorado law states. If you're voting by mail for the first time, you may also need to provide a photocopy of your ID when you return your mail ballot. Acceptable forms of ID include a Colorado's driver's license, a passport, a military ID, a copy of your birth certificate for the elector, or a valid student ID with a picture, among other options. And student IDs aren't that hard to get. I mean, it's not like a student ID is comparable
It consumes
in many
me.
circumstances
Oh,
to a
yeah.
government ID.
Yeah, dude, you have no idea what you're talking about. None of this shit matters to me so much. It gives me something to fucking chew on. It's another piece of cake to chew a hoe through. All right? Figure it out, Preston. You'll get it. Preston's like, all trying to like say that this is like, I don't know, man. We've been doing this for a long time, you fucking dumbass. I don't even know what you're trying to say.
Georgia residents will also have to show.
All I know is you're a little fucking bitch on my goddamn podcast giving me a view and chats. And I'm desperate for that. That's true, and I need it, so thank you.
Absentee will be required to submit an ID as well.
Why am I butthurt? I'm not. I'm thankful that you're here. Thank you. Thank you for every comment that you leave.
Hypocrisy at its finest. I'm
Thank you.
Out there again.
What more can I say, man? I appreciate you being here.
They saw an opportunity to make more money, and they're like, hey, whoa, morality clause. I don't know they actually have that. But it's something I think people should consider when they see stories like this. When some woke actor is like, oh no, I can't do this movie. Maybe they didn't want to do it in the first place. Well, I'd imagine if they signed on for it, they probably did. But maybe things have changed and, they didn't want to. Let's say there's a movie that's cast an actor and they know it's an exorbitant fee. And they're thinking like, man, can we get out of this contract? We're not on this. Oh no, the actor was seen. They were watching a documentary about Jordan Peterson. Oof, we condemn bigotry, so we're going to have to terminate that contract. So who gets hurt by Major League Baseball and these companies deciding to leave? It's quite simple. Black-owned businesses bound to take major hit from Biden's support of MLB's Georgia boycott. That's right. Georgia has a large black population. When the riots erupted and people were going around smashing up businesses, they were smashing up many black-owned businesses. There was a famous rapper.
Oh man, all the black people.
He was like, why are you coming
all the
here
black people are going to be all poor now because there's not going to be a sporting event.
Why is Major League Baseball saying, the people who run the state have passed a bad law. Let's make everyone else suffer. Yeah, well, here you go. The Daily Caller reports.
Well, Nikki, I'm sorry. You know what, Nikki? I'm sorry. Let me apologize to you that you don't know who Tim Pool is, and let me apologize to you that you don't know who I am, and that you're not familiar with what's going on here. But to be, as blunt as I can, Nikki, you just seem like a dumb cunt to me. You just strike me as a dumb cunt who doesn't understand shit. So let me fucking explain it to you, okay, you fucking idiot? I do a show. I find other podcasters, and they talk bullshit. And I call them out for it. It's what I do on the show. I do it every time. On every show. All the time. It's what I do. If you can't figure that out, hey, I'm sorry. Okay? I'm so sorry, you fucking cunt. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a show that I do on the internet. Get the fuck over it. I try to respond to every little douchebag like you that has shit to talk to me. I try to respond to all of you. That way, you'll keep coming back for more. You little fucking bastards.
Voter integrity law.
You little bitch asses.
Could cost the city's black-owned businesses, numerous sources report. The estimated lost economic impact Georgia will face without the Major League Baseball game is more than $100 million. Holly Quinlan, president and CEO of Cobb Travel and Tourism, told CNN on Friday.
Peace and positivity, Preston.
For what? For what? Seriously. This law isn't that crazy. It's similar to many other states. Yeah. Major League Baseball saw an opportunity. They took it. I can't imagine they would make a move like this if it would substantially hurt them. I'm willing to bet that, they moved to Colorado because Colorado was like, how much does it cost for you to be in Georgia? Think about it this way. Let's say they have a deal with, Georgia, with the city or the county.
Yeah, Tim, it's a big conspiracy. Colorado knew that MLB was going to respond immediately to a Georgia law that was just acted. And so months ago, they started talks with them. And they created a kind of like a verbal contract with MLB. Hey, man, when Georgia passes a law, you guys come on over here, all right? Right, Tim. It's a big conspiracy, bro.
County or whatever. And it's like, the county says, you want to use the stadium, it's going to cost you $10 million, something like that. Let's say then Colorado's like, we want $100 million in economic impact. So how about we just charge you $5 million? We'll eat some of the costs because the economic boom to our city will be worth it. And then, Major League Baseball says, but we can't move because we have a contract with them. And then their lawyer's like, actually, we have this morality clause thing.
It's a big conspiracy, and they were all in on it. And Tim Pool, the journalist, he's uncovering it. Oh, no, that's right. He's just podcasting. He's just pulling shit out of his fucking ass to feed his fucking audience. You got to love this shit.
I'm not saying...
And I got to say, I don't watch him. I am so glad this popped up and that I found it. I am so glad because he is just reached that point. I always said he was, and I knew it. But he's so full right-wing supporting this Georgia law right now that it is impossible for him to call himself an independent progressive. And that is the thing that has driven me crazy about him the most, is that he just won't admit what he is. Just admit what you are. You are a fucking Republican. You're a Trump-supporting Republican. Just admit it. You love Donald Trump and all he stands for. You don't like black people. And this is an easy way for you to lash out at them. This is great. Oh, look at all the black community that's being affected. $100 million of business they're losing out on because MLB's not going to be there. They're going to lose out on 100. The community's going to lose out on $100 million.
And that's legitimately what happened. I'm just speculating. I'm telling you these things may happen in some circumstances. I don't see Major League Baseball losing money for no reason. That makes no sense to me. They had a choice. No one called on them to ban the state. No one called on them to leave and change the state, as far as I know. And my understanding is that even the leftists in Georgia are like, don't leave, don't leave. Like, we're mad about this too, but don't hurt us. Now, I think MLB saw an opportunity to make money. That's my opinion. Black-owned businesses in Atlanta could acutely feel the revenue loss. Nearly 30% of Atlanta's businesses are black-owned, landing at the 5th place spot on Career Resource website, overheard on conference calls ranking the best cities for black-owned businesses in 2021. Savannah, where 23 of businesses are black-owned, was the 20th best city in the ranking, Atlanta Journal-Constitution reported in February. MLB intended to play the exhibition game at the Atlanta Braves' Truist Park, but moved the location due to the new voter laws, which are aimed to curb alleged voter fraud. Among other things, the laws require voters to provide a photo ID when they submit an absentee ballot. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you one of the greatest exchanges we've seen so far on Twitter. First, we have this tweet from...
Yeah, Tim, shut the fuck up. We're doing something else here. This is for my new friend, Preston. Preston! I've got something for you, Preston. Preston. Now, 13 years ago, I put this up on YouTube. It was my first upload to YouTube ever.
This message is for the federal government of the United States of America. Thank you for your continued support of myself and the thousands of other people profiting from the illegal sales of marijuana. Your ignorance to the helpful benefits of this drug, your suppression and denial of the facts from legitimate studies and research, your massive anti-marijuana propaganda campaign costing taxpayers of millions to convince them of your lies, your determination to keep marijuana outlawed in the majority of states and on the federal level, your persecution of licensed medical marijuana facilities in California, a state which has legalized the use of medical marijuana, have allowed people such as myself to make a substantial income from sales. With each medical facility you bust, you send more and more customers back to the streets and back to me to purchase more of the medicine they rely on daily. Thanks to these facts, my business is booming. We, the drug dealers, are laughing all the way to the bank at how George Bush and his prehistoric Republican beliefs and policies, the bank which continue to prevent law-abiding citizens from using a 100% natural drug, which can ease their pain and improve their quality of life. Support the war on drugs and on your freedom by continuing to pay billions of tax dollars toward it. Keep drug dealers in business. Vote Republican. Vote McCain. I am an illegal drug dealer, and I approve this message.
I'm an illegal drug dealer, and I approve this message. So, don't tell me I'm not fucking political, you fucking cuck bitch. That's the very first goddamn video I ever put on. Hey, Andrew, what's up, buddy? That's the very first video I ever put up on the internet. Was me fucking a message to the United States government telling them I'm an illegal drug dealer and your fucking stupid laws are making me fucking rich. That's what I told them. It's so fucking funny. Dude, when I started on YouTube, I wasn't growing cannabis, you fucking idiot. I wasn't a grower. I didn't start growing until 9 years ago. That video's from 13 years ago. God, you're a fucking idiot. So, Preston, fuck off. Just go fuck off, dude. I think I've spent enough time on you. I want to spend time on my audience because I love them. Way more than I love cucks like you. So, I just blocked him because I want to spend time on you guys. I don't want to be rude to y'all. Iceman said, hey, man, when I get involved with a troll like that, I'm taking the attention away from my audience, and it's not healthy. So I want you guys to know I'm here for y'all. So, fuck that guy. All right, I'd sit and argue with that motherfucker all day because I know I'm right and he's wrong. And what's hilarious is I got the fucking video proof to prove it. I'm not fucking political. You know, and I don't talk about social issues. One of the second videos I ever put up on YouTube was me addressing a Randy guy about cannabis. And the other video I put up was me addressing that dude who put his kid up in a goddamn balloon and, you know, said the kid floated away in a balloon, but he was hiding in his attic, and they knew he was the whole time. The Falcon Haim or whatever the fuck their name was. Yeah, I addressed them. I just made a video fucking addressing them. You know, so don't fucking tell me I don't discuss this shit. You know, and that all I did is talk. I did that shit later. And I'm not gardening this year, you fucking cuck bitch. So, you know, go away until next season. And then shut the fuck up when I start growing it. All right? Is that okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Was I still engaging? I'm sorry. So, you know, we could keep going with Tim, but I think you get the message that Tim Pool full on supports the Georgia law. That's it. That's all you need to know about Tim Pool. He full on supports that bullshit law that was written in response to Donald Trump claiming that the 2020 election was stolen. Tim Pool hates black people. Tim Pool loves Donald Trump. Tim Pool supports the racist law in Georgia that suppresses voting for black people. And I don't know if he realizes what Major League Baseball has done for black people. But maybe he should go research a little fucking history and find out. You know? In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they are investing, if MLB donates money to the city of Atlanta somehow. I wouldn't be surprised. Probably millions of dollars. I don't know. I have no idea. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do that now, too, to make up for the $100 million that, they're going to miss out on. They'll be, really? You can miss? Okay, here. Let's do some programs over there. We'll build some parks. We'll do a school. You know, who knows what they're going to do. Watch. If that shit's true. And granted, Tim Pool, I guarantee you he's getting his source work from somebody who agrees with him totally on all this shit. So, who's to say if it's really $100 million they're missing out on? I don't know. Is that how much business? $100 million of business? Or does most of that go to the owner of the stadium, the Major League Baseball, for ticket sales? Isn't that like ticket sales and shit that's generated? Is that what they're talking about? That revenue? All I'm saying is fuck that Georgia law. Fuck anything positive in it at all. It's just the shiny little wrapper that they try to wrap that fucking turd with so that people like Tim Pool can sit there and fucking defend it. He supports every Republican law, says Ronnie Vella. Right. Just, come out of the closet, Tim. That's all I'm saying. That's the thing that disgusts me the most about you, is that you're a self-loathing Republican. You hate yourself so much, you can't even admit what you fucking are. And that's what really disgusts me. You're just like a slime. You're like a fucking oil trap, man. You guys know what an oil trap is? That motherfucker's like a goddamn, he's like a sewer hole. He's a goddamn dumpster receptacle. That's what Tim Pool is. And he's spilling out his garbage. He's a faulty garbage receptacle. Fucking disgusts me. Anyhow, man, all I'm thinking about right now is my fucking deck. I just want to go out there and sit on my deck. I want to go look at it. I want to go clean it up. I want to bring my blower up there. I want to rake out some new trail areas. It's so beautiful. This goddamn property, it's becoming like a park. It's so beautiful. And there's so much more I want to do. But, oh man, the trees, man. When you clean up all of the garbage that falls out of these trees off the ground, man, and you pat it down and you make it nice, man. Oh, and you cut in areas that are level and you put furniture and whatever. Oh, it's so nice. I'm putting benches in. No, Jimmy Dore shouldn't waste his time with Tim Pool. That's punching down. Jimmy Dore punches up. I'm punching up at Tim Pool.